takes a heap of living on a house to make it whole. A heap of sun and shadow.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
The makers of Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter present Edgar A. Guest with Eddie Howard. A bit of music, a bit of verse, a bit of common sense to make your next 15 minutes a bit brighter.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
I've been an easy mark for the gimme girls at our house all my life. Seems they've been able to do anything with me they wanted to do. All they've got to do is to let one tear show, and I say, oh, go and get it. One morning I was bound I'd get downtown on time and started out. Then I was led astray. As I went walking down the way, I met a pretty miss who boldly looked at me and said, a lovely day is this. Her hair was of a golden brown, her eyes a sparkling blue. I proudly doffed my hat to her and answered, how do you do? She placed her graceful hand in mine and turned to go my way, said, I have no time to flirt. I've work to do today. I think you'd better run back home. With sadness dropped her chin. We'll pass the drugstore soon. She said, I thought you'd take me in. Oh, no, said I, that wouldn't do. The hour is growing late, and I am on my way to town to keep a business date. Besides, to make it very plain, no time for girls have I. At such a cold rebuff from me, the maid began to cry. Now, though I've been a married man for 34 years, I haven't learned in all that time to cope with woman's tears. And so I let that temptress fair, who's scarcely 7 years old, escort me to the pharmacy where ice cream cones are sold.
I'd give the world for one little smile from the girl who lived next door. So sweet and plain, she'll always remain in my heart forevermore. Though I've been everywhere and I've seen everything, there is one thing that's still longing here. I'd give the world for one little smile from the girl who lives next door.
Yeah, I think it would sound silly if I were to start shouting at the top of my voice that Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter would give you the thrill of your life. I like to be particular about the words I use, and to be honest with you all, I must say that I can't imagine anything less thrilling than a package of butter, even the best butter in the world. I'm sure that everybody is willing to admit that 100,000 American farmers wouldn't band themselves together to make an inferior product. I'm also sure that when I say that the Land O'Lakes organization, with its 500 creameries and its 100,000 farmer members, is a proud group, proud of its industry, proud of its membership, proud of its product. You know exactly what I mean. I don't even have to add that they believe Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter to be the best, or they wouldn't offer it for sale. I've been a garden fan all down through the years. I don't offer this next bit as a sure cure for everything, but I think it is a cure for boredom. I think it's an interest that filled with exquisite pleasures and delights. And if you have grown to think that all days are alike and that life is monotonous, then I recommend, unless you've already tried it, I recommend that you start gardening. No interest to compare with. From spring through to the last days of the fall, always something to look forward to and something to do. If you're person along a bogies and you've lost your golden treasure, if at times you think you're lonely and of hungry groan for pleasure, don't sit by your hearth and grumble. Don't let mind and spirit harden. If it's thrills of joy you wish for, get to work and plant a garden. If it's drama that you sigh for, plant a garden and you'll get it. You will know the thrill of battle, fighting foes that will beset it. If you long for entertainment and for pageantry most glowing, plant a garden and this summer spend your time with green things growing. If it's comradeship you sigh for, learn the fellowship of daisies. You will come to know your neighbor by the blossoms that he raises. If you'd get away from boredom and find new delights to look for, learn the joy of budding pansies which you've kept a special nook for. If you ever think of dying and you fear to wake tomorrow, plant a garden. It will cure you of your melancholic sorrow. Once you've learned to know the peonies, petunias, and roses, you will find that every morning some new happiness discloses.
Look for the silver lining whene'er a cloud appears in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life.
Folks, I don't believe anyone likes tender corn on the cob better than I do. Of course, I imagine some of you like it just as well, but can't you just taste it now? Tender, golden kernels with plenty of butter and a touch of salt added. Oh, boy, that's what I like about summer. Corn on the cob. And ladies, if you want that corn on the cob to taste extra good, if you want to give your family a treat they'll remember for a long time, use Land O'Lakes sweet cream butter with that fresh green corn. You know, that's what I like about Land O'Lakes. You don't have to worry about any sharp, strong taste, because unlike butter churned from sour cream, only fresh, sweet cream is ever used in churning Land O'Lakes. On toast, on potatoes, on sizzling steaks, or just plain bread and butter, there's an extra flavor goodness with Land O'Lakes, and once you try it, you'll never want to use any other butter. So don't forget, next time ask your grocer for Land O'Lakes sweet cream butter. Look for the Indian girl on the package.
In her sweet little Alice blue gown, when she first wandered down into town. She was both proud and shy as she felt every eye, but in every shop window she'd primp passing by. Then in manner of fashion she'd frown, and the world seemed to smile all around, till it wilted, she wanted, she'll always adore it, her sweet little Alice blue gown.
That was one of my mother's favorites, Eddie. I'm glad you sang it. I used to wonder why the women always cried at weddings. It seemed to me as a boy, every time I went, there was always 2 or 3 of the aunts standing around, weeping away. For me, a wedding was a gorgeous party. Then, as I grew up, I began to understand it more and more. And finally came a time when there was the wedding of Wanda. It was very dear and close to us all. I came across them by the stair. Those 2 old women simpering there, sniffling as if they both had colds and were a pair of 9-year-olds. "What's wrong?" said I, "and why these tears? You've thought about this day for years, and now it's come. Why cry this way? Remember, it's her wedding day." "I know," said Aunt Eliza. "I know very well I shouldn't cry, but," here the other aunt began, "you can't explain it to a man, nor can you possibly reveal the dreadful things we women feel. Men think a wedding should be gay, and so they never cry this way." "Oh, bawl your heads off," I replied. "I'm on my way to kiss the bride," and left that funny red-nosed pair still sorrowfully sniffling there. But at her door I seemed to note a curious tightening round the throat, and had to stop, to my surprise, to wipe some teardrops from my eyes.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
You have been listening to the poems of Edgar A. Guest and the songs of Eddie Howard. And remember, for extra freshness and flavor, for finest quality, buy Land O'Lakes Sweet Cream Butter. Look for the Indian Girl on the package. This is Vincent Pelletier speaking.
From the land of the sky, blue water.
Just to show that I know that we men at times are a vain lot. Man's losses show to all who see just how unlucky he can be. But he insists and always will his gains are due to brains and skill.